Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whoever you are, wherever you are. This is a message for you. My name is Laura D. Pusey, also known as DJ LP, and all sorts of other things, sometimes to my face, sometimes behind my back. So I don't always know. But to you, let's say, I am Laura, and thank you for joining me today. Okay, so oftentimes I do a show, and my show speaks about matters that pertain to dying, death, and grief. I did that show today, and I pulled out a whole heap of cards from the Dippism deck, but the show was all over the place. I wasn't happy with it, and I just thought to myself, you know what I'm going to do? Keep hold of these cards and do the reading so that if you need it, whether it be today, tomorrow, or in the future, it's there. Okay. The cards came out for a reason, so I am duty bound to share them. All right. I've put them in order. Earlier on, they were flying out all over the place. I was going back and forth and all sorts, but they're now in order and they are here for you should you need them. You may realize that these cards are for somebody else that's close to you. They may aid you in helping to guide them and support them through a turbulent time. So these are the cards. Okay, if you know somebody or if you yourself are experiencing any emotional turmoil at the moment, I want you to listen up. Okay, if you feel as if you're being taken for granted, okay, then this is for you. If you are feeling isolated in any way, even if you are surrounded by people, if you are feeling isolated, this reading is for you. If you feel that there is a blockage somewhere in your life and you are not moving forward and you do not understand what's going on, this is for you. Okay. If you feel that somebody is holding back their truth, if you feel that somebody else is holding back their truth, then I want you to listen up, okay? Because the chances are this reading is for you. Not only that, there's a chance that you are also a service incarnation. That means that you came to earth to serve others. But in serving others, we are often left feeling quite depleted. Okay. So, yes, if you're in a state of emotional turmoil, if you are tired, if you are frustrated, if you are down, if you are low, if your batteries are just flat, okay, listen up because things are about to change for the better. First of all, you have to treat yourself better. Okay, you have to start putting yourself first. You cannot give from an empty cup. Okay, so if you are a service incarnation, it's time for you to slow down. All right, any of those things that I've mentioned before, i.e., feeling as if you're being taken for granted, feeling as if you're the only one who's completely giving, and yet you yourself, as a service incarnation, are feeling isolated. Yeah. If you feel that there is a blockage somewhere, then the chances are you already know where it is. You already know what's happening. You know what's going on. But maybe the case is that you just need a little bit of a nudge in the right direction. Okay. Be assured that everything will come to light. Okay. Everything will come to light. We are living in a time where light is hitting the earth, which means that knowledge and wisdom and understanding, or even overstanding, which is the word that I prefer, is yours for the taking. Okay. Overstanding is there for you. Now, you can't live in denial once revelations come your way. Once you know better, you have to do better. Okay. You have to have some self discipline. Okay. And then you have to speak less. Once you know better, you have to do better, but take some time out and just speak less. Observe the situation. Okay. Do it from an outsider's perspective. and just see where it is that you actually stand in this dynamic, and then accept your role in the situation. Accept your role. If it's not bothering you, then you don't, there's nothing. Yeah. But from the moment that you're in a situation, or from the moment you are being affected by a dynamic that's playing out, you have a role in the situation. That even means that if something is happening way over Dessa, yeah, in a different country, in a different time zone, but it is feeling you, it's touching you, it's affecting you, then you have to accept your role in that situation. Okay, so that's regardless of whether you have any personal input into it. Take responsibility for your part. Your part may be the fact that you are feeding it with your energy and it is bringing you down and it is depleting you. If that's the case, then it is time to stop. Accept who you are, accept where you are, and just chill. Remember, not everything has to be answered. Not every question has to be answered. Okay? Just accept what you are seeing, accept what is happening. Okay? You may need to consider a reconciliation with somebody. Maybe you've fallen out with somebody. Maybe you've been wrong. Maybe you feel like you've been in the wrong. Yeah? Consider a reconciliation. That might mean that you have to take responsibility, stand down off your high horse, yeah, and turn around and say, you know what? I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. I didn't know, but I do now. And so I'm ready to move forward. Are you? Can we do this together? Shall we do this together? But you know what? In having consideration for others, you also have to be considerate of yourself and your capacity. You may want to just finish what you've started with this person or this dynamic in this situation. You may want everything to be kind of tied up in a nice, neat bow. Yeah. But in this, you have to consider your worth. Okay. You can't always be putting other people first. Sometimes you have to literally speak less, have some self-discipline, and just consider your damn self. What are you worth? What are you getting out of this dynamic? Is it working for you? If it is working for you, then it's unlikely that you're actually going to be that bothered. But if you're irritated, if you are in a state of emotional turmoil, if you feel as if you're being taken for granted, if you feel as if you're being isolated from a situation, if you feel that there's a blockage somewhere or that somebody is holding back their truth from you, then you have to consider your worth. Are you worth better? Should you be treated better? Do you deserve more in this situation? If this is the case, then you have to hold fast to your hope and your faith, which means that you can't always expect other people to do the right thing, say the right thing, or be the person that you need them to be. The truth of the matter is you don't actually need anybody. You just need to know where your own priorities are set. When you know where your own priorities are set, in alignment with what's right for you and what you need, then your freedom is yours. Your freedom is in your truth. Your freedom is in speaking up for yourself. Because if you don't speak up for yourself, you are going to continue to feel as if you are in a state of emotional turmoil. You are going to continue to feel as if you are being taken for granted. Okay, you are going to feel that there is a blockage somewhere. And as I've said, the chances are you probably already know where it is. And it's not a comfortable place when we stay in denial, because when we stay in denial, nobody wins, nobody grows, nobody has an experience. You're opening your mouth and speaking your truth will help other people to grow. It will help other people to decide who they are, what their own worth is, what their next decisions are. If they want to sit and stew over your truth, then that's their business. Let them. A fit them business, not yours. Okay? It's not your business. Remember that all people have their own path. Everybody has come to Earth to have a human experience. We cannot control the experience of others. And when we do seek to do so, we just send them on another experience. Okay? Now, if you are a service incarnation, then you are likely to want the best of people or for people. People, though, have to want the best for themselves. You too also have to want the best for yourself because you matter. Okay? Your self is important. Your self came to Earth to have a human experience. Your self is your first priority because your strength is within you. It's within yourself. So speak up for yourself, okay? Speak your truth. And yes, you can be selfish. There's nothing wrong with being selfish. If you are not selfish, then it's unlikely that somebody is going to be selfful for you. Okay? Even the best of people with the best intentions have to sort themselves out. Why? Because we cannot give from an empty cup. If you are depleted, yeah, it's because you've not considered yourself, which goes back to the card that says that you have to treat yourself better, especially if you are here to serve others. You know that adage they say that, if you are in an aeroplane and the aeroplane is crashing, you have to put your own life jacket on first. So if you're rushing around like a blue-ass fly, trying to help everybody else, trying to make sure that everybody else is happy, trying to control a narrative so that everybody has an easy time, it's time to stop. Everybody came to Earth to have a human experience. And sometimes that experience can be damn right miserable, but it doesn't mean that that's a terrible thing. We've all come here to have experiences and we grow from the darkness. Everything that's great and valuable and treasurable is first discovered in the darkness. It realizes itself in its authenticity, in its truth, whilst in the darkness. And then it appreciates itself in the light, because then it can see the journey that it's taken. But oftentimes we have to journey through the darkness. Just know that if you are that person who is experiencing emotional turmoil, stress of any kind, you've actually done enough. It's time to stop. You've done enough. Sit down and shut your mouth. Take a step back and look at the dynamic that's playing out. Look at the thing that's upsetting you, that is setting you in a sense of unease, dis-ease. Look at your position within that and take yourself away. Just take a step back and look at all the other people or all the other dynamics that are also invested in this situation. Figure out who's winning and who's losing. What are you worth? Do you deserve better? That's the question you need to ask yourself. And then you need to know that actually it's okay for you to move on. You can move on, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's your job, whether it's, I don't know, whatever it is, even your damn self. Yeah, you can move on. If you're holding yourself in the past and you're not living in the present, then of course you're going to feel misery. You're going to feel pain. You're going to feel like there's a blockage because you need to keep moving forward. So yes, you can move on. Let's call it a day. when it comes to the misery. Let's call it a day when it comes to the sufferation, because you came to earth to move through it, to grow from it, and then to keep on moving forward. Okay? If you're lusting after something, if you're missing something, if you're desiring something that you've already had, yeah, or that you see other people are experiencing and you feel that you should be having in your own life, yeah, instead of coveting others, instead of feeling jealous for others, instead of feeling bitter inside because you're not getting it, yeah, keep it moving. You're not missing out. A friend of mine used to say, what's for you won't go past you. What is for you won't go past you. Allow other people to have their experiences. Allow other people their own happiness or their own joy or their own misery or their own pain. You came to earth to live your life. The journey of your soul continues after you lay your body aside, but you want to be passing away on a higher vibration. That is your responsibility in this lifetime. So do you, boo. Okay? And then you can ask yourself, what have you learned from this situation? What have you learned? Have you learned that your friends aren't actually your friends? Have you learned that actually your family don't like you? Have you learned that actually you don't like your friends? You don't like your job. You don't like the people around you. You don't like your family. It's possible. Yeah. Just know that when you have an interaction with somebody, anybody, even if you are standing at a bus stop and somebody speaks to you, yeah, you've had an experience. Once you've had that experience, there is no such thing as loss. If you have lost a loved one to death, yeah, this person has passed away, this person has laid their body aside, they gave you the gift of knowing them. In knowing them, you had some form of a relationship with them. During that relationship, you were able to receive from them. Maybe it was love, maybe it was guidance, maybe it was happiness, joy, laughter, warmth, unconditional anything. Maybe it was abundance. Whatever it was that you experienced from that person, it's not gone. You had that experience and you can touch back on it whenever. Those feelings that you felt with them, you can actually tap into them because you had that experience. There is no such thing as loss. And that's what we need to get to grips with. Okay? That's why when somebody does pass away, somebody that you love dearly, you have to celebrate the time that you had with them. Even if that person was a stinker, a rotten, horrible person, and that you're glad that they've gone, they still touched your life, which means that they gave you an opportunity or multiple opportunities to decide what you're going to do next, where you're going to go, whether you deserve to be treated in the way that you do, whether you will accept that kind of treatment again. Yeah? Every single person that walks the earth is doing so for your highest good. They're not doing anything to you, they're doing everything for you so that you can feel every emotion, so that you can then learn from that experience and move forward. Okay? Because that's all we have to do. We have to have the experience, take note, figure out what we've learned, and move forward. And you know what? You are always on the right track. Absolutely always. There are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. Every single person that you meet, you have done so for a reason. They have something for you, no matter how little or how much. Okay? And regardless of anybody else, you are on the right track. You vibrate. And you will always come into alignment with the people that are on the same vibration as you. Okay? Let me say that again, Dr. Umar Styley. You are vibrating and you will always attract the people that are on the same vibration as yourself. If you do not like the people that are around you, then you need to vibrate higher. You need to rise yourself above that. You need to then clean up your thoughts, clean up your diet, clean up that which is coming into you, whether it be your social media, your food, your drink, the music that you're listening to, the stuff that you're watching on television, the gossip or the idle chit chat that is wasting your time. Yeah, if you are not happy with where you are, then you have to elevate yourself. You have to bring yourself up. Why? Because that is where you encounter your new beginnings. There are over 8 billion odd people in the world who are waiting to meet you, but you have to vibrate higher if you want to meet those higher vibrating people. And those higher vibrating people have a better quality of experience for you. Okay? This is why oftentimes, when you have had traumas in your youth and you grow up, you use those traumas to elevate yourself, and then you draw in people who are of a higher vibration, and you can then use those stories, because that's all they are, stories from your past. You use those stories to then help other people to come up. Yeah, you don't sink down to their vibration, because when you do that, then my friend says two drowning people can't save each other. Yeah, but you elevate yourself, and then you can pick up those, bring up those who are behind you, but you are then the role model. Yeah, I suppose that's what it means when it says have consideration for others. Remember, people are watching you all the time. That doesn't mean that you have to act in a certain way. It just means that you have to be your authentic self. And in doing so, you give other people an opportunity to grow and be their authentic self without judgment, without shame. Okay? Get ready, because your life is about to change for the better. You are at the beginning of something new and amazing. Be alert. Figure out who you are and where you are. Look around you. Okay? Look around you. Do you like what you're seeing? Do you like where you are? Are you comfortable? Or are you in a state of emotional turmoil? Are you being taken for granted? Are you feeling isolated? Is there a blockage somewhere? Is somebody holding back their truth? Are you holding back your truth? If you are, then you're holding back humanity. If you are holding back your truth, then you are holding back humanity. How dare you? Who do you think you are? There is nothing that you're going through that nobody else in amongst the whole of the 8 billion people on earth haven't experienced. Yeah? There's always going to be somebody that resonates with your story. Rise yourself up so that they can then see that there is another way and that life is worth living. Say yes to new adventures. When they come your way, say yes, because you are worthy. Why are you worthy? Because all this stuff is behind you. You've had this experience. You know it. You've been there. You've done that. When opportunities come your way, when new adventures come your way, say yes. They're coming to you because you're ready, because you've done the work, because you've done enough. Okay? So again, take this opportunity to say yes and go off into your new future. You will achieve. Okay? You will achieve. It's all there for you. What's for you won't go past you. It's for you. Enjoy your life. Okay? As I said, your soul is having a complete experience. You may not know about the thousands of past lives. You may only know about this one. But your soul knows, and your soul is on a journey. And when you lay your body aside, your soul will continue. Your soul will have another life experience in a different dimension, on a different planet, maybe in a different form, in a different way, in a different shape, maybe once again as a human. What matters though is that when you do lay your soul, your body aside, this body in this lifetime, when you end it, you have to do so on a higher vibration. You have to, okay? You can be miserable. You can stay in this state of emotional turmoil. You can stay the victim and be taken for granted. You can stay feeling like, woe is me, nobody loves me, and be isolated. You can live in denial if that's what you want to do. But it doesn't help you. It doesn't help humanity. And when you go on and you whinge and you bitch and you moan to others, you just pull other people's vibration down with you. Some people like that. Some people want you to be down there with them in misery. Some people don't want you to rise yourself up. Some people don't want you to grow. Some people don't want to grow for themselves. Sometimes when you elevate yourself, then that means that other people have to do for themselves. And really and truly, a lot of people are lazy. They don't want to have to do the work. And so it's easier for them to keep you down so that they don't have to think about sorting themselves out. But their life is their life. Their path is their path. We all have our own path. And you came here to live your life. So live your life. The last card says, love always wins. Love always wins. But love you first and foremost. If that means that you have to take time out, if that means that you have to say no to people, if that means that you have to turn off your phone and go within and find out who you are and speak less, yeah? If it means all of that, if it means that people are going to get pissed off with you, you know, my old lecturer at university, he used to say to me, if people aren't pissed off with you, then you're doing something wrong. You need people to be vexed with you. You need people to be annoyed by you. Yeah, irritate them. Live your life. That's the best way to live your life. Be an irritation, agitate others, because then that gives them the opportunity to make a decision. If they want to wallow and talk about how, oh, you've upset me, you've done this to me, you've done that to me, you've hurt me, leave them to it. I have. I'm sorry you're having that experience. I'm sorry you feel that way. But I've come to earth to have an experience. I'm going to live my life. And respectfully, I'm going to do that. Some people might actually call you a narcissist for doing so, for putting yourself first. Remember, love always wins. Love always wins. If your heart is clean and pure, if you want the best for other people, then you have to do for yourself. Don't demand anything of anybody else. They are not there for you. They're there for their own life journey. They're there for the journey of their soul. Do for you, okay? Do for you. Don't have expectations of others. Even if it's your children, remember they've come to earth to have an experience. And sometimes that experience is going to give them pleasure, and sometimes that experience is going to give them pain. Leave them to have their experience. They may go away from you, but if you are good in your heart and good in your soul, they will come back to you, having learned for themselves. They'll then be able to turn around and say, you know what? Yeah, you was right. What you told me was right, but thank you for letting me find out for myself. A good friend will do that. A good friend will leave you and let you go about your business. Yeah? A good partner will say, you know what? The time has come, I think, when we need to go about our business. We need to go in our separate directions. You may then cry and bitch and moan about it, but you know what? That person is giving you an opportunity to learn and grow, or to find somebody who's on your vibration. When that happens, let them go. You may actually be on a higher vibration than them, which then means that somebody and something is better for you and coming into your life. People are moved in and out of your life. They are moved in and out of your way. That doesn't mean that they can't come back. There are people that I haven't spoken to in a long time. We haven't fallen out. When I speak to them again, it will be like I spoke to them yesterday. But in the meantime, we are having our experiences, we are growing, we are learning, and we are going about our lives. It doesn't mean that we have forgotten them. It doesn't mean that we are losing them or missing out on anything. If we were supposed to be in their lives at that time, then we would be there. Okay? Do you, boo. All right? You rule you and you come first. Big yourself up. What are you worth? Your own self-worth, your own happiness, your own joy. Find it. And if that means that you have to elevate yourself, then elevate yourself. Because you didn't come to earth to only experience the lower energies. You came to earth to experience the whole gamut of emotions. Happiness, joy, pain, suffering, heat, cold, yeah? The whole lot. The tall, the short, the long and the short, the dark and the dark and the light, the back and the front. When we lay our bodies aside, then we can have this panoramic vision of everything and say, oh, that's why that happened. And oh, okay, that's why that happened. And oh, right, okay, that felt really painful, but I got through that. Yeah. Ask yourself every single day, what have I learned? What have I learned? All right, I'm going to wrap it up, but a card literally just flicked out and it says, okay, let's call it a day, which means that I have now said enough. One love, my darling brother or sister, wherever you are, whoever you are. I trust that this video has found you in the right vibration at the right time. If you do not like what I've said, then that's just tough, innit? That's tough. Go about your business, do your thing, find your vibration, find your tribe, and be happy.